A few people still joining in here. Hello and welcome. I hope everyone could hear and see us. We'll just give it a minute or so before we get started. Let people kind of join in. Okay, should we get started, Ronelle? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, let's do it. Cole, I think we'll still admit people into the meeting as we kind of go on. Okay, well, hi everyone. Welcome to our first episode of Current Chatter. I'm super honored and excited to be hosting this session with Ronelle here, and I'll introduce him in a little bit. Just a little bit about me and kind of what this is. I've been in the industry for a few years now. I actually started my career at Home Trust, as many of us have. Then I moved over to McDonald's Canada, where I worked on their digital marketing team for a bit. And then I started at Glass Lake Funding right at the beginning of its journey. So it's been quite a wild ride, but it's honestly been such a great ride. So again, super honored and excited to be hosting this show because it's the first one that we've launched. And basically, month over month, we'll have different guests on this show, and we'll just be interviewing either Glass Lake employees or brokers like yourselves, or maybe some other industry partners. And just kind of get, the latest trends, updates, what they're kind of seeing in the market, what's going on from a deal level. So that's why Ronelle's here with me today. And we'll just, kind of dive deeper into who Glass Lake is, who we are, what we do, and kind of how we could help support you in your business. Because we understand we're the new kids on the block here in the industry. So we want to support you guys and help you understand what we do, and how we can kind of support you going forward. So, like I said, this week we have our very own Ronelle Landicho on the call. We like to call him our underwriting whiz. And he's going to kind of walk us through some of his favorite deals, what he's kind of been seeing in the market, from that deal level. And he's going to take us through that. So, Ronelle, first of all, how's it going? What's the deal?
Things good, Emily. Everything's good. How are you?
Good. I'm good.
Good,
I'm doing
good.
good.
Before I jump in, I wanted to say thanks for choosing me as your first
You
guest.
should
I'm
be
so
so
honored.
honored. This
I'm
is
very honored. This is awesome. And actually, I made this up maybe within the last like 2 minutes, but you should call it the Triple C with Emily Grossi. Current Chatter Channel.
You
Trademark
should
that.
be in marketing. I
Trademark
love
it.
that.
Should trademark it. But to answer your question, things are going great.
Good.
We are very busy to start off the year. I don't know where everyone's from on the call, but I'm from Winterpeg, so we're like hanging around that -20, -30 weather.
Hey, it's
So
pretty
once,
similar in Toronto right now.
is it really?
So yeah.
Okay. Well, you guys got nothing on that part, but yeah, once that kind of settles, spring market's coming. That's gonna
Mm.
just mean even more business.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're busy. Underwriting department's busy. Getting those same day commitments out to the brokers. And yeah, can't complain. Can't complain. Can't complain when you're busy. It's good.
Amazing. That's good. I mean, that's good to hear. Yeah, I understand that pre-spring market kind of gets chaotic. What's one thing that you kind of see happening that kind of hinders you and the team from getting things done quickly on files during that busy season?
It's a great question. I think the biggest thing that stops us underwriters from getting brokers approvals
Hmm.
quicker, is submission notes. I think that's the biggest thing. Now, trust me, I get it. I used to be on the sales side, so
Hmm.
I know how it goes. Broker calls a salesperson. You have a great conversation about the deal. Salesperson says, send it in.
Right.
Naturally, you submit the deal, spoke with the salesperson, submit. I get it. I get it. Now, from the underwriting side, we can easily call our salesperson. At times, they may be on a vacation, not vacation, but on a trip, doing a presentation. So that might be the delay.
Yeah.
I'll give you a prime example here, okay? Because I
Perfect.
had a deal, a commercial deal, 65% loan to value. So check money.
Nice.
Location, Etobicoke, so GTA money. And Beacon score was like over 800. So right off the bat, just looking at those three parameters, I knew right away I can get this deal done. Like,
Yeah.
easy. I'll get this done in like an hour. The one reason why I wasn't able to get it out is when I pulled purviews or purview on the subject, which is normal. I noticed that the holding company was under, let's say, ABC Ontario, but broker wanted me to put it under 123 Ontario.
Mm-hmm.
So there was no notes on that. Why, who holds existing corporation, why the title transfer. And to top it off, I found out the property was free and clear, no mortgage. And they were asking for about, I think it was $250,000, 750,000, but no notes on what the money's going to be
Nothing.
used for.
Like not
Nothing.
even okay.
Nothing.
So they just
So
sent it in.
they sent it in. So I knew I could
Yeah.
get the deal done, but there was missing information
Right.
on that part, right? So now the good thing is I easily just picked up the phone, called the
Yeah.
broker, less than 5 minutes. I got the answers, sent the commitment out.
Right.
But it's not always going to be perfect like that. Maybe the broker doesn't pick up,
Yeah.
brokers aren't available. So then at that point, I'm kind of stuck. I'm stuck
Yeah.
there, not knowing what to do. Um, so yeah, notes is the main key thing. Now, one other example, I'll take another step further on that, Emily. Let's say we had a cookie cutter deal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when I say cookie cutter, I'll spell it out for you. Let's say one applicant, perfect credit, residential deal. They want to refi their
Right.
owner occupied. No other properties. Okay, super simple. For those notes, I don't need a whole paragraph. If a broker submitted notes saying refi owner occupied, full time with Canada Post, FICO 800, I would be happy. That's good. Those are good notes. It's the notes where those examples. Why the title transfer?
Yeah.
Why is brother wanting to give it to sister with no payout? Why the large ETO? What are they going to use it for? And I think one other example is bankruptcy. Let's say someone's bankrupt. They discharged 3-4 years ago, but
Yeah.
no notes on what happened. How come they became bankrupt?
Yeah.
So it's notes like that we'll need to get the deal faster
Yeah.
to the broker.
So just a bit about the story, to kind of, this way you can issue that commitment even quicker than what you
Yep.
could have. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I feel like we hear that a lot, on the alternative side for sure. Curious though, what's the fastest you've ever gotten a commitment out the door? Rock and Ronnie, what is it?
Well, thanks for putting me on the spot, Emily. Thank you. If it's I'll stick with commercial. If let's say we have great notes, get it over to the broker like under an hour, easy for sure.
Nice.
No interruptions, just focusing.
Just
I can
focusing.
easily get it done under that.
Nice. Okay, we're gonna pivot a little bit, back into kind of those deal examples. Can you walk me through what your favorite deal of the month or of the year was, and tell me why it was your favorite? So break it down for us.
The first one that comes to my head, actually, it's funding today, so I'll use this one as an
Hey.
example. It's a commercial deal.
Okay.
Location was Main Island, BC.
Mm,
Now, I'm not sure if anyone on the call knows where that is. It's kind of in between the lower mainland of BC and Vancouver Island, kind of in between.
okay.
I remember Googling the location, and I think the population was under 1,400,
Oh, wow.
under 1,400. And the loan
That's
amount, I think, was only like 600K. Reason why I chose this one as my favorite, I knew right off the bat, based on location, population size, I don't think not a lot of lenders would probably lend there.
yeah.
For us, this deal was 70% loan to value, pretty competitive pricing at 8.5,
Wow.
supported by a strong beacon score. And the property was nice, fully renovated, multi-retail property, different retail properties on there.
Okay.
But yeah, this one was my favorite just from the way that I qualified the deal. It was super, super simple.
How did you qualify the client for that one?
So we have different ways of qualifying commercial. For this specific one, it was a rental property. So the way that I qualified this, I call it our super simple subject DSCR, triple SDSCR. DSCR. I just
Look at
made it
you
up right
marketing
now, by the
again.
way. I just made it up right now.
That's
But
the first time I've ever heard him say that, but I love it.
our subject DSCR, it's super simple. It's taking the net operating income,
Hmm.
or other words, the net rent, and simply comparing that net rent to my Glass Lake principal and interest payment.
Right.
Super simple. If that net rent carries my mortgage,
You're good to go.
I'm good to go. And in this case, because it was multi-unit, had a lot of different retailers, that rent definitely carried my mortgage, and it was a done deal. Now, the good thing about that deal, or why I liked the deal, was that client had many non-subject residential rentals,
Okay.
lots. With the debt service approach, we kind of, I don't want to say ignore, but we don't have to worry about those non-subjects. All I care about is my subject property. Does that net rent carry my mortgage? And
Yeah.
in this case, it did. So
Do you remember how
one,
many other properties they had? Sorry to.
it was at least more than five. I would have to
Okay.
go into it right now, but it was
Okay.
at least more than five.
Yeah.
But the reason why I chose this one, location,
Yeah.
we're not afraid to go in places like that. Deal size,
Yeah.
I know a lot of lenders don't even touch commercial under a million. And the way that I qualified, just super simple.
Nice. Nice. What was the term on that one, if you remember?
Uh, 2 year term, I think.
Okay.
So on commercial, we do offer 2, 3, 5, 7 year terms. I think this one was a 2 year.
Nice. Nice. And a great payout for the broker as well. That's great.
Oh,
Okay, we're gonna pivot a little bit. I want, everyone to hear a little bit more about you. So can you tell me a bit about the skills and behaviors you embody that you think make you really good at doing your job? So Ronelle, what makes him so good at being the underwriting whiz here at Glass Lake?
hate talking about this stuff.
That's why I'm here, to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
You're on the hot seat.
Um, yeah, you definitely put me on the spot on that one. This is gonna actually sound more like a salesperson answer than an underwriting person answer, but I genuinely go into the call trying to sell myself,
Hmm.
right? Like I want to show that broker that I'm on their side and I want to get that deal done as much as them.
Right.
If that means picking up the phone, setting the expectation, delivering on that. And once that relationship is kind of there, it's just finding the reasons to get the deal done and not finding reasons to not. I think the reality is with us is sometimes, or maybe most of the time, we don't see the deal first. We're probably second, maybe even third look.
Right.
We look at the credit bureau, we see tons of inquiries from other lenders. It's just trying to like not
Yeah.
ignore, but like don't let that influence me. I want to try to find the deal within the deal.
Yeah.
Um, and just giving those options to the brokers, right? If that's LTV options, term options,
Yeah.
just being able to give 3 or 4 options rather than just saying, "Hey, this is all I can do." I think that
Yeah.
separates me from others is just trying to get the deal to work. 'Cause at the end of the day, that one transaction, it helps 3 people: the client, me for getting my numbers, and paying the brokers, right? Like we pay
Yeah.
finder's fees on all of our residential and commercial deals, right?
Right.
So getting one deal done benefits 3 people. So
Yeah.
that's the mindset that I come in on every day.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. I mean, I feel like we're all about, trying to work that deal, get the deal done. I mean, we literally say there are deals to be made today all the time.
Yeah.
And it's about like finding that silver lining within the deal. And I feel like at, the point when we get the deal in our system, the broker's probably a little frustrated with the deal, trying to get a lender to kind of work it. And, when we come back with questions, they're probably like, why are we, asking questions? But it's just for us to kind of understand the story so we can work the deal to get it done essentially, right?
And what's
Um,
funny is you can see some of the submission notes from brokers.
yeah,
It'll be acknowledged to someone that doesn't even work here, which tells me right away this deal was sent to someone else.
yeah,
So I've seen that, but
of
I don't
course.
let
And we
that I
get
don't let that
that.
influence me. Yeah, I don't let it
Yeah,
influence me. I look for reasons to get the deal done, and like I said, to try to execute on that.
yeah. Speaking of getting deals done, though, can you tell me about a deal that you thought you wouldn't be able to get done, and then you ended up getting it over the finish line, and that was just like a win for you in Glass Lake?
Um, Hard questions, Emily. uh, so the first one that comes to my head is it's a residential deal.
Okay.
Um, when it comes to income and applicants, quite simple. They're two different applicants. They own their own respective businesses, doing a stated income for both. I mean, that's easy. I think the hardest part was 14 non-subject properties.
Well,
Um, so I know a lot of lenders, when they see that, they'll just pass too many doors.
yeah,
But for our side, I think that just shows kind of the experience that we have as underwriters. We're not afraid to tackle those types of deals.
yeah,
This deal is actually scheduled to close tomorrow. So, so yes, that would be, I would choose like the hard one, just the fact that it just had a lot of non-subject properties. Um, but yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And how
that
did
would be
you
that one.
qualify that one?
Just through TDS. So
Okay,
being able to use both client stated income to carry all the properties, max TDS 60%.
nice.
So I was able to get it done. But actually, you know what, Emily, I wanted to, it's okay, do a quick shout out. Can I do a quick shout out quickly?
No,
I don't,
just kidding. Of course, yeah.
I actually, because I don't want to make it seem like that I'm doing all the deals myself, taking from beginning to end. So I don't know if they're on the call, but I just want a quick shout out to Lisa and Ethan, who are my fulfillment
Oh,
officers.
I love
Because if it
that.
wasn't for them, like I can't get the amount of deals I get done. So just shout, I don't know if they're on the call, but just quick shout out, Lisa, Ethan.
Well,
Thank you.
oh, I love that. Thanks for making
Yeah,
Ronelle look good. We love that.
yeah, no, yeah,
Even if
thank
they're
you.
not on the call, this is recorded, so we'll get that to them.
Oh, nice.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay. Another question for you. What do you think the most common misconception of Glass Lake is out there? We get a lot of these, so let's kind of debunk one of them maybe.
I think the biggest one is brokers think that we're like a true equity lender, true MIC.
Mm,
Yes, two trues. Um, but I think like for us, I kind of call ourselves an institutional funder. We
okay.
kind of cover from alternative to private to MIC. We kind of cover all those spaces. Um, so yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. Like we want credit-worthy applicants.
Yeah.
So you know when we do have beacon scores like under 600, those are difficult for us. So I think that's the biggest misconception. Like we do still have to qualify using either a debt service or a TDS approach.
Hmm.
So you know, because we do sometimes do get submissions where you know it just says in the notes like TDS is 300%. You know, like those are the ones where
Wow.
like we may not be able to do. We need to try uncovering a little bit more. Is there
Yeah.
income? You know, maybe we can include it to get the deal to work. But I think that's the biggest misconception.
Yeah.
People think that we don't need income or we don't need ES.
Hmm.
So I think
Yeah.
that sure.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. And I mean, yeah, there's always ways to kind of work that deal and understand the story through, those notes and those conversations. But yeah, yeah, there are those misconceptions for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. If we
Okay, so
have,
then
like I
what
said, we
are,
have beacon requirements, TDS requirements, all that.
yeah. Okay, so knowing that, then what are the top reasons why brokers kind of come to us and send us their deals then?
Yeah, so let's say commercial side. Let's start with commercial. That's kind of our bread and butter. So commercial location. I
Mhm.
think I gave that main island example. Like that's a prime example. Location, loan size. We can go as low as 200,000 and go as high as 5 million. I actually have a commercial deal in my queue right now, 3.6 million. So we can go really high up. So loan sizes, secondary markets, commercial deals, we pay finder's fees. So on every commercial deal we do, we'll pay 100 beeps, 1% finder's fee to the broker.
Nice.
So that's a huge thing. When it comes to residential, we don't stress test, so we can qualify using the
Okay, that's a big
contract
one.
rate,
Yeah.
go up to 40-year AM. Just off those two stress test and 40-year AM, that could help a client get more, right?
Yeah.
Like when it comes to purchasing. Stated income, we only need 6 months bank statements. So yeah, there's a lot of different reasons to use it. Hey, you know what? The main one, the awesome underwriters. That's the main one. That is the main reason why I should.
Oh my gosh, I love
Just-
that. Yes, a
Yeah,
great team to work with for sure. Plus all those other reasons though.
yeah,
I love
yeah,
that.
for sure.
Okay, amazing. I mean, I think that wraps up all of the questions I had. Do you have any questions for me or anything else you kind of want to touch on before we see if there's any questions in the chat and I kind of do my little spiel on a couple of exciting things for everyone on the call?
No, I think everything's all good. Like I said, thank you for selecting me to be on your first show. I'm gonna call it a show.
It's a show.
Um, it is a show.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a show. I
But
love it.
no, but everything's all good. No, I think you went
Okay,
over
actually,
well.
wait, one more question. What's your favorite thing about, working at Glass Lake, working in this industry? What what gets you going? What's fun about it?
So Glass Lake culture. Um, I love everyone that I work with. Even though I'm all the way here and you guys are all the way there, I feel like we're always together. Um, and in the industry part, it's making relationships,
Mhm.
getting deals done, and really like just that thank you at the end. Hey, your deal funded, Emily. Thank you for your help. Like that's my
Yeah.
like being able to know that you help get the broker get paid, help the client get their money or get their property. Like that feels good and stuff.
I love that. Well, thank you for sharing, Ronelle, and thank you for joining me. Oh, we have a question. Oh, it's from Jake. Okay. Yes, Jake, I'm gonna do my little spiel right after this. If there's any questions that you guys have about deals or anything for Ronelle, please feel free to put it in the chat and we'll kind of answer that while I have him here with us. If not, then I'm gonna talk a little bit about our exciting rewards program called Wave Makers. I don't think I see anything yet. Okay. I'm just gonna share my screen here. Oops. All right. So I just want to talk a little bit about Wave Makers, which is our new broker rewards program that we launched in January of this year. Basically, just fund $1 million a month with us, and you'll get access to exclusive perks that change month over month. So we keep things fresh here at Glass Lake. So anyone who funds over $1 million in February will get access to these March perks. So Wave One, we know we have service perks, so you'll get that priority service from Ronelle and other underwriters on the team. Any pricing discounts. So we have right now for Wave One, 25 bips off on res or a small commercial deal. And then also 25 bips off on a rush closing. And the perks just keep getting better as you kind of qualify for other waves. So fund over 5 million, you'll get access to wave two. And then over 10 million, we get access to wave three. If you qualify for wave two, you can get a 30-minute interview on Current Chatter. So just like this, and we'll put some promotion behind it. We'll make you look really good. And it'll be fun. You'll get to be with me. So that's just super exciting and, kind of keep an eye on these because they change every month, like I said, and it's really exciting. So stay tuned for more and kind of keep funding those deals with us. And these perks will keep getting better and better as we kind of go on. And then one other initiative I want to tell you all about is our new broker resources page. So if you scan this QR code, you'll get access to it. But basically, we were hearing a lot that, you guys wanted access to all of the tools and resources and contact info and everything all in one spot. So we made this wonderful page. So you'll be able to access any pre-commitment, like helpful resources or downloadable one-pagers, and then any underwriting documents as well. This way you can kind of download it, fill it out, send it off to your underwriter or your RSM for your deal. And then we have all of the underwriters and RSM contact info on there as well, a bit about our products, just everything. And we'll continue to evolve this as time goes on and as we kind of hear your feedback. We're really big on listening to what brokers need and want and evolving things as time goes on. So be sure to scan this, get access to it, and yeah, reach out to your sales rep or RSM if you have any questions or anything like that. You can also contact sales@glasslake.ca if you have any deals you want to send to us or any general questions as well. And that's my little spiel. Oh, I see someone's hand is up.
Yeah.
I don't know how to allow mic. I'm gonna allow your mic, Mortgage Guru, if that's okay. Do you wanna? If you unmute, I think you can just ask the question.
Yes. Hi, Emily.
Hi.
Hi. I was noticing that I can't actually type any messages in the chat.
Okay.
I don't know if that's everybody, but
Oh, okay. Thank you.
that was one thing. It just won't let me, and I don't know if it's just me or not, but
Thank you for raising that issue.
but I had a question about, I don't know if I missed it, but qualifying. How do you qualify a deal then if there's no like a debt service, or like how do you
That is a great question. Yes, thank
rate?
you for that question. Okay, so on that example I gave where it was like the net rent, comparing it to my Glassy P&I payment. So the what if that net rent does not carry my mortgage? Okay? So we can actually do a TDS approach now. Okay? Now, when I say TDS, and this is a commercial deal. So when I say TDS, think of it as like a residential deal. Okay? You use the client's personal income now. That could either be like a salaried or a stated income approach, and just service the deal. So our max TDS is 60%, and the max amortization we can go on the commercial side is 30 years. So if that debt servicing, if that net rent on the subject doesn't carry my mortgage, we'll automatically flip it to a TDS. But in those cases now, we do got to use the client's personal income, because in that first example, I didn't care about income, I didn't care about the non-subject properties, none of that. But in the TDS, I do need personal income. If they have those non-subject properties, we do a 75% rental offset on those properties.
Okay.
So we can still do the deal. We just take a different approach. We do a TDS approach then at that point.
Okay, so I guess how do we qualify the rate then? Like if we're coming in for the DSCR there at one, what do you guys have at one?
We can go as low as 1, depending on what type of transaction it is, but normally 1.15 normally.
Okay.
But we would still qualify in the contract rate. We wouldn't stress test that neither. 30-year AM.
Okay. And do you allow vendor takebacks?
Case by case. So I'll just leave it case by case. We need to see the whole overall deal. See like kind of where property, location, etc. But short answer is yes, case by case. I would need on that, but take a look at it.
One other thing, group home. Do you guys do those?
Group homes, like kind of like a seniors complex.
Kind of like it's a little different. It's like a more of a, I don't want to say disability, but it's more of someone that can't live on their own per se. They need someone that
assisted living kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's municipal funded, so like they get paid by the municipality. They get 3 meals a day concept. They have a place to stay.
Yeah. So that one on the commercial side, that one would, like, again, case by case, it would need a little bit of massaging to get to the approval. Most likely I might need it to be a little bit of a lower loan to value. For sure would need a strong credit, but normally for assisted living, it like those ones are, again, case by case.
I know they're not easy. That's why.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing on that one is, think of it as like having to foreclose on something like that, right?
That's exactly what it is, right? Because now you could be in the media per se.
Exactly.
Okay.
But
that's cool.
I think the short answer is yes, case by case. I would need to look at it and see the overall deal. But
yeah. Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know if it works
Yeah.
on the chat, but
I'm not sure.
it's not working for me, but it's all good.
I checked the settings. Everything looked okay, but who knows? Technology.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
thank you. Thank you for your question. We appreciate it.
Good question.
Okay, I don't see anything in the chat. Don't know if it's not working or not. But I think that's it. I think we'll kind of wrap it up. Ronelle, do you have anything else to add?
Oh, if someone wants to ask a question down the road, just reach out, call me,
Yeah.
email me. I'll be here.
Amazing. Perfect. Well, thank you everyone for joining. Like I said, we'll do these every month, so stay tuned for more topics and guests that I'll kind of host on here. And if you have any ideas for topics you want to see us touch on, let me know. Oh, contact info. Yeah, for sure, Dan. We will share that. If you actually go to the resources page that I pasted above, we have some RSM info there, and then Ronelle's I'll just drop in the chat.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you all so much, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Yep.
Perfect. Bye.